What's up?
Yo!
I bear gifts.
Is this gonna help me get skinny?
Oh, you ate the last one? Yeah. How many miles do you have on that, man?
Guys, that's like going from Arizona to Florida and back. All right, guys, so we just landed in Arizona, and we are here because we're growing a brand. And so most real estate media companies, as you guys probably know, hire everyone as just contractors. We do it so different, it's wild, but we're basically out here to grow the team, train Josiah. He's the one that's running Arizona. And this way that we do it might be more difficult, but it's the way that we know that we're gonna build a brand that agents can actually count on. So let's go get it.
I hope so anyway.
That thing is heavy.
How many miles do you have on that, man?
Let me show you. I got 4,638 miles on this thing.
Guys, that's like going from Arizona to Florida and back. All right, guys, so this is Josiah, who is our newest team member to CLI. And man, this is like quite the journey that we've been on. We're out here in Arizona. We are doing everything we can to build an incredible brand that people can trust. Josiah, what do you think about day one?
Day one was really cool because you get to see how this guy and this guy is doing it at a different level. You came in with like a checklist of a bunch of things that were like, we got to do this, and that. And you had a really long list, but it wasn't about hitting all the lists in one day. It was just like, what can we do today to maximize our time? So seeing how dialed in and organized you guys are was super inspiring because it showed me that there needs to be an SOP for everything you do. So it was really cool. You guys are dialed in. I'm pumped. A lot of foundational things at work.
Over the last year, John and I have spent so much time building out systems and getting organized because you can scale up to a certain point with the disorganization, but it caps. Like you cannot go any further.
Yeah, you can go far, but you won't last long.
Yep.
That's the way I like to put it.
And we're trying to scale a brand, and when you're trying to scale a brand and deliver the best results possible, you gotta stay organized.
100%. You can't be creating fires for yourself 10 days into the future. You need to be prepared.
Yeah, exactly.
And you need to solve future problems, not create future problems with your fast attitude of just get it done.
So he's right. All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
Love it. See you guys tomorrow. Let's go.
We're here. We made it. I've talked about this before, where if you are new to real estate media and you need to build a portfolio and get some practice, one of the best things that you can do is rent an Airbnb. So we're here in Arizona. I showed you guys Josiah, and we have a game plan building out the brand. And part of what we did was rented an Airbnb. So I made sure to find one that kind of checked all the boxes. It's gonna be a house, not a townhouse or a condo. It's gonna have 2-story, so I want some stairs. I want to be able to show different things that you're going to have to encounter. I have a pool, fairly large kitchen. Down there you guys can kind of see like different seating areas and things like that. So this is honestly like perfect opportunity to train, to go over how we do everything and get some content. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap up the day here, and we're gonna work with Josiah tomorrow. I'm gonna show you guys some behind the scenes of that and show you what it takes to build a brand. It's training day here in Arizona. So I showed you guys the Airbnb last night. We're gonna be filming it today, and we're gonna be doing photos mostly, but I wanted to show you guys the gear, like what a real estate media pro gets when they join CLI. So like I mentioned at the airport, we do things the harder way, right? So most companies just give you requirements for what they need for their photographers to bring to the table. It could be like just a wide angle lens, a camera, and a drone, and that's basically it. What we do is so different, where we're providing everything, and it's really a pretty high-end package. So it's not just the very cheapest. It's not like a DJI Mini and whatever. So I just wanted to break down what the gear is real quick, so you guys can understand like how we do it, why we do it, and if you want to replicate the gear, by all means. So it starts with a Sony a7 IV, incredible camera. We get this one specifically because it's a great hybrid camera. It does photo and video really well. Then we pair it with 2 different lenses. We have a 14-24 Sigma f2.8, and then we have another Sigma 24-70, also 2.8. Really good for all those tight shots, great for filming agents on camera. And then we have an ND filter that goes with it. because we want that bokeh. And then we have a DJI Air 3. These are great because there's 2 lenses on them. It's a really good buy. It's around like $1,200 or so. Has a 24mm and a 70mm lens. That 3x 70mm is so nice. It gets you really, really good shots that just look extra cinematic. For the microphones, we get the DJI Mic 2s, which are awesome. We have a Zillow camera here, which is the Theta Z1. This is what we do our virtual tours with. Awesome camera. And then everybody gets an RS4 Pro gimbal, tripod, and then a stand for the 360 camera. That's basically the kit. There's a couple other little tiny things in there, but we take brand super serious. We take quality super serious. You know, we're not walking around with FX6s or anything, but at the same time, we do have really high quality gear. That way we're giving our clients the results that they're expecting. And with that, training is a huge part of it. We don't just hire somebody and hope that they do well. We hire somebody, train them, and know that they'll do well.
What's up?
Yo! What up, boy?
I'm like, yo, they're taking us. He's got the camera, that's why. I bear gifts.
Oh shoot! Oh
Gluten-free and dairy-free, so they're not gonna kill your tummies.
Oh my god. Is this gonna help me? Is this gonna help me get skinny?
It's not gonna do the opposite.
Okay.
That's all I can promise.
Oh, you ate the last one? Dang it.
Guys, today we're gonna have Josiah on camera a good little bit. We're gonna do a lot of training, a lot of SOP stuff. Yeah, it's gonna be good. So what do you think about all these details that we're going through?
I think it just shows like how much experience you have to like focus on the tiny details, because we're not here to impress the beginners. We're here to impress the professionals, right? And they've seen thousands of these, and that's who you want to focus on. So I love the attention to detail. It's a lot, but that's what also allows you to stand out, be different, and justify your prices.
Yeah, exactly. John, what do you think about this so far?
I think it's going great. It comes down to the reps at the end of the day. Like, this is great, but there's gonna be a lot more training in terms of like Zoom trainings, reviewing actual shoots that happen, and like little tiny fine tuning things that'll like lead you to that next point, to the next point, and onward.
Josiah's been shooting for 8 years, not specifically real estate. Like, he shot a good bit of real estate, but when you dive deep into a specific like niche of anything like photography or videography, you can know a camera really well, but then you go into that one specific sector of it and it's like, oh shoot, all of these little things that I had no clue really mattered. It doesn't even matter if you know the camera. It's like, how do you use it for this particular thing? Beyond gear, beyond training, beyond all of those things is systems. And I think something that we've done really well is build out some systems. What I mean by that is the back end of our project management tools, the way we have our editors in place, how our admin team and quality control is in place. There's so many things that we do to make sure that we're delivering something really consistent that our agents can count on, which is the whole point in this video. I wanted to get Josiah's perspective. What do you think after kind of seeing what we do in the back end and how things are operating?
I think it can be overwhelming at first, but it's really good to have such an in-depth process. I don't think you can ever be too systemized, because at the end of the day, like, the more details that you can catch, the less mistakes will be made. And you guys are very thorough, and I think being niche focused with systems is essential, because the last thing you want to do is have in-depth systems for like 5 different industries. So it makes you guys that much more dangerous to the industry, being this systemized and dialed in on your processes and procedures, because it just provides that certain level of quality in everything you guys do that you can't do if you're trying to do everything.
Yeah, I love these conversations that we've had, because Josiah has just different experiences, and he's brought just light to different scenarios of things that we could be improving, which is, I think, just awesome for any company. Like, when you're a CEO in a position and you're hiring people, you should be trying to find people that have different talents than you, like hiring people better than you at other things. So I think Josiah brings a lot to the table.
Bring people on your team that contrast what you feel like you're good at, because if you both think the same way, then it doesn't really serve you both as good. They say if two partners think the same way, then one of them is unnecessary. So it's good to find people who can really complement your weaknesses and that you complement their strengths or their weaknesses as well.
Love it. If you're building out a team, the hard way is probably the right way. And when I say that, I mean hard way on your end. You want to make it easy for everybody that you are bringing on as a client. When they are working with you, there's so many different things that they're looking for. One of those things being consistency and quality. And the way to do that is to build out systems, have people on your team that are highly trained, really dialed in to what you do as a company. How bad would it suck? You're building something for years and years, and then you hire a contractor and you're like, yeah, go work with this agent, and then they deliver something to you to give to the client that is just not what you would do. That's not what happens here. What we do is we train, we make sure that the brand is consistent across the board, across all the locations. I hope this video is super helpful for you guys. If you've been in this position and you're trying to grow a company, think about what way is the hard way and what way is the easy way for your clients. Give value, they need it.